While numerous wealthy families traditionally owned vast estates and erected grand palaces to establish their rule, the Rothschild family took a different path. They wielded immense influence in the banking sector and were so wealthy that they single-handedly financed Britain during a war. But it didn't end there. Their wealth was substantial enough to rescue all of England from a potential catastrophic financial crisis. This is the story of the Rothschild family, tracing the establishment of their banking institutions, their active role in the Napoleonic War, and their significant contributions to the creation of the State of Israel. The Rothschild family, hailing from Frankfurt, were a prosperous Ashkenazi Jewish lineage, known for their association with the court of the German Landgrave. The family's journey to global recognition commenced in 1744, when Mayor Amschel Rothschild was born in Frankfurt, Germany. He was the offspring of Amschel Moses Rothschild, born around 1710. He was a currency exchanger who had exchanged in trade with the Prince of Hesse. Unlike so many other wealthy families, the Rothschilds' wealth was not only bequeathed, but also led to the establishment of an international banking legacy through the endeavors of Mayor Amschel Rothschild's 5 sons. These enterprising sons set up banking businesses in London, Paris, Frankfurt, Vienna, and Naples, achieving a significant ascent to nobility in both the Holy Roman Empire and England. The family's documented history commences in 16th century Frankfurt. Their surname is derived from the Rothschild house, built in Frankfurt by Isaac Elchanan Bacharach in 1567. During the 19th century, the Rothschilds possessed the largest private fortune globally and were significant players in modern world history. However, as the 20th century unfolded, their wealth gradually dissipated and was dispersed among numerous descendants. Presently, they have interest in several different areas, including financial services, real estate, mining, energy, agriculture, winemaking, and various non-profit organizations. Throughout northwestern Europe, numerous examples of the family's distinctive rural architecture can still be found. In 1816, Emperor Francis I of Austria granted the Austrian peerage to 4 of Mayor Amschel Rothschild's 5 sons. The remaining son, Nathan, was promoted in 1818 and was similarly honored. All of them received the hereditary title of Freiherr, which means baron, in Austria on September 29, 1822. Consequently, certain family members incorporated the aristocratic titles der or von before their surnames, signifying their noble status. In 1847, Anthony de Rothschild was appointed as a hereditary baronet of England. Also, in 1885, Sir Nathan Rothschild, a second baronet, was granted the hereditary title of a Baron Rothschild within the peerage of England. This noble title is presently held by the 4th Baron Rothschild. The establishment of the Rothschild Bankers of England dates back to 1798, when it was founded by Nathan Mayer Rothschild. Nathan Mayer von Rothschild, the 3rd son of Mayor Amschel Rothschild, embarked on his entrepreneurial journey by setting up his initial textile business in Manchester. Eventually, he relocated to London, where he established N.M. Rothschild & Sons Bank. In the early 19th century, the Bank of London, associated with the Rothschild family, assumed a prominent role in the oversight and financing of financial subsidies provided by the British government to its allies during the Napoleonic Wars. This support extended to facilitating the funding required for the military endeavours of the Duke of Wellington in Portugal and Spain through the establishment of an intricate network comprising agents, couriers, and shippers. The bank's endeavours significantly contributed to financing the war effort. Before the Napoleonic Wars, the Rothschilds were already quite prosperous. By this time, they had established themselves as significant players in the bullion trade. During the Napoleonic Wars from 1803 to 1815, Nathan Mayer Rothschild, who resided in London from 1813 to 1815, played almost a solo role in financing the British war efforts. He orchestrated the movement of bullion to support the Duke of Wellington's armies across Europe and facilitated Britain's operations on the continent. But he didn't stop there. He also managed the disbursement of financial aid to the Allies. In the year 1815 alone, the Rothschilds extended loans with subsidies amounting to £9.8 million, which is equivalent to roughly £710 million in 2019, to their continental allies. The brothers collaborated in coordinating activities across the European branches of the Rothschild family, which included an extensive network of agents, shippers, and couriers responsible for transporting gold through the war-torn continent. This family network also provided Nathan Rothschild with a valuable edge in terms of access to both political and financial information, frequently ahead of his contemporaries. This advantage translated into a significant market advantage, making the Rothschilds invaluable to the British government. In a notable instance, Nathan received news of the Duke of Wellington's triumph at the Battle of Waterloo in London a full day earlier than official government envoys, thanks to his family's extensive network. The foundation for the Rothschilds' most renowned and profitable maneuver was laid after the news of Britain's victory became public. Nathan Rothschild estimated that the reduced future government borrowing resulting from the newfound peace would help restore British government debt after 2 years of stabilisation and facilitate the reconstruction of the post-war domestic economy. In an audacious financial move that has been described as one of the boldest in financial history, Nathan immediately purchased treasury bonds at a price that was considered high at the time. He then patiently waited for 2 years before selling these bonds at their peak value. In 1817, he capitalized on a short-term market fluctuation and reaped a remarkable 40% profit. Given the considerable resources at the disposal of the Rothschilds, this profit was substantial. Nathan Mayer Rothschild embarked on his business ventures in Manchester in 1806 and gradually transitioned his operations to London, eventually acquiring their location at 2 New Court in London in 1809. This location is still the site of business operations today, on St Swithin's Lane, London. In 1811, he founded N.M. Rothschild and Sons, marking a pivotal moment in the family's banking legacy. Facilitating loans to governments became the cornerstone of his banking enterprise, and he notably arranged a loan of £5 million to the Prussian government in 1818, equivalent to £360 million in 2019. By 1825 to 26, Nathan Rothschild had achieved a formidable position within the City of London and was even capable of providing the Bank of England with a sufficient supply of coins to avert a potential market liquidity crisis. Nathan Mayer's eldest son, Lionel de Rothschild, assumed leadership of the London branch after him. During Lionel's tenure, the bank played a pivotal role in financing the British government's acquisition of Egyptian interests in the Suez Canal in 1875. Additionally, Rothschild Bank provided funding to Cecil Rhodes for his endeavours with the British South Africa Company. Following the passing of Cecil Rhodes in 1902, Leopold de Rothschild managed Rhodes' estates and played a crucial role in establishing the Rhodes Scholarship at Oxford University. In 1873, de Rothschild Frères of France and N.M. Rothschild and Sons of London collaborated with other investors to acquire the Rio Tinto copper mines from the Spanish government, which had been running at a loss. The new owners undertook a significant restructuring effort, ultimately transforming the enterprise into a profitable business. By 1905, Rothschild's ownership stake in Rio Tinto had exceeded 30%. In 1887, the French and British Rothschild banks provided financing and investing in the De Beers diamond mine in South Africa. becoming the largest shareholder. The London bank's operations continued under the guidance of Lionel Nathan de Rothschild and his brother, Anthony Gustav de Rothschild, followed by Sir Evelyn de Rothschild. In 2003, after Lord Evelyn retired from his role as the head of N.M. Rothschild and Sons in London, the British and French financial institutions merged under the leadership of David René de Rothschild. The unity of the Rothschild family within the Jewish community had some peculiarities. While many Rothschilds were staunch supporters of Zionism, others within the family opposed the establishment of a Jewish state. In 1917, the Balfour Declaration, promising the creation of a Jewish national home in Palestine, was addressed to Walter Rothschild, 2nd Baron Rothschild, and presented to the Zionist League. On the other hand, his nephew, Sir Victor Rothschild, voiced opposition to granting asylum and providing aid to Jewish refugees in 1938. Following the passing of James Jacob de Rothschild in 1868, his eldest son, Alphonse Rothschild, took on the family bank's leadership role and actively supported Jewish refugees in Eretz, Israel. The Rothschild family archives reveal substantial contributions, nearly 500,000 francs annually in the 1870s, to the Israel University League on behalf of Eastern Jews. Baron Edmund James de Rothschild, commonly known in Israel as Baron Rothschild or benefactor, played a pivotal role in establishing the first permanent Palestinian settlement in Rishon LeZion in 1882. He also funded the establishment of Petah Tikva as a permanent settlement in 1883. Overall, he acquired 2 to 3% of the land that comprises present-day Israel from Ottoman landowners. After Baron de Hirsch's death in 1896, the Jewish Colonial Society, the ICA, which he founded, began supporting settlements in Palestine in 1896, with Baron Rothschild actively participating in the organization. He transferred his Palestinian landholdings and 15 million francs to the organization. In 1924, he reorganized the Palestinian branch of the ICA into the Palestinian Jewish Colonial Association, or PICA. Baron Rothschild owned and managed over 125,000 acres of land. Many areas throughout Israel, including Rothschild Boulevard in Tel Aviv, are named in his honor. The Rothschild family also played a vital role in funding Israel's government infrastructure. James A. de Rothschild funded the Capitol building as a gift to the State of Israel, and the Israeli Supreme Court building was donated by Dorothy de Rothschild. A letter from Dorothy de Rothschild expressing her intention to donate a new building to the Supreme Court is displayed outside the Oval Office. Baron Benjamin Rothschild, a Swiss-based member of the family, expressed his support for the Israeli-Palestinian peace process in an interview in Haaretz in 2010. He emphasized his hope for reconciliation and his belief in addressing the complexities on both sides. While he had limited political involvement and had only met with Israeli politicians occasionally, his wife, Ariane de Rothschild, played an active role in Israel through her management of the Caesarea Foundation. She defended the family's unwavering commitment to Israel, asserting that questioning their devotion to the state was unwarranted. The tradition of naming Israeli cities, towns, and other settlements in honor of the land of Israel and its history can be attributed to Baron Edmund James de Rothschild, also known as Hanadib or the benefactor. A member of the Rothschild family, his influence has left a lasting mark on Israel's history. 6 of these locations are concentrated in the Sharon Plains, the Karen Plains, with others scattered throughout the country, listed in chronological order of their establishment. Zikron Yaakov, which means, in Hebrew, Memories of Jacob. Founded in 1882, this town is named after James Mayer de Rothschild, 1792 to 1868, the father of the benefactor. It is located in the Paris branch area. Muskaret Batia, which means Batia's Memorial in Hebrew. Established in 1883 as a local council near Tel Aviv, this settlement is named in memory of Betty von Rothschild, 1805 to 1886, the mother of the benefactor. Bat Shlomo, which is Solomon's daughter in Hebrew, founded in 1889 as a moshav near Rehovot. This town is named after Solomon Meyer de Rothschild, 1774 to 1855. The benefactor's grandfather from the Vienna branch. It commemorates the Baron's mother. Meir Shafir, which is Hebrew for Meir's Fields. This youth village near Zikron Yaakov, established in 1891, was originally a moshava. It is named after Amschel Meir von Rothschild, 1773 to 1855. The benefactor's grandfather from the Frankfurt branch. Zivat Ada, which is Hebrew for Hill of Ada. This town near Zikron Yaakov, founded in 1903, is named after Adelaide von Rothschild, 1853 to 1935, who was also a cousin from the Naples branch. Binyamina, founded in 1922 near Zikron Yaakov, and officially merged with Givat Ada in 2003. This town is named after the benefactor, Baron Edmund James de Rothschild. Ashdot Yaakov, which is Jacob's Rapids in Hebrew. Established in 1924 just south of the Sea of Galilee, this kibbutz was founded by James Armand Edmund de Rothschild, 1878 to 1957, the son of the philanthropist. Pardes Hannah, which is Hannah's Grove, or Hannah's Citrus Grove. Founded in 1929, this local council near Zikron Yaakov is named after Hannah Primrose, Countess of Rosebery, 1851 to 1890, who was the daughter of Mayor Amschel Rothschild. Shadmot Devora, which means Deborah's Ploughed Lands. Established in 1939 as a moshav near Tiberias, this settlement was founded by Dorothy de Rothschild, 1895 to 1988, the wife of James de Rothschild and the daughter-in-law of the benefactor. Sde Eliezer, which means Eliezer's Field. Founded in 1950 as a moshav in the Hula Valley, this settlement is named after Robert Rothschild, 1911 to 1998, a philanthropic relative from the French branch. Since the late 19th century, the Rothschild family has maintained a discreet public presence, generously donating numerous prestigious estates and significant art collections to charitable causes, while avoiding ostentatious displays of affluence. Presently, the Rothschild family enterprises encompass a range of activities including real estate, financial services, diversified farming, energy, mining, winemaking, non-profit organizations, and more. However, these ventures are on a smaller scale compared to their prominence during the 19th century. In 1991, Jacob Rothschild, the fourth Baron Rothschild, along with Sir Mark Weinberg, started a company called J. Rothschild Assurance Group, which is now known as St. James Place Wealth Management. This company is also listed on the London Stock Exchange. In 2001, a big house that belonged to the Rothschild family in London was put up for sale. It cost £85 million, making it the most expensive house ever to be sold on the London Stock Exchange at that time. The house is huge, covering 9,000 square feet, and it has an underground parking garage made of marble that can hold 20 cars. In December 2009, Jacob Rothschild, the fourth Baron Rothschild, uses $200 million of his own money to invest in the North Sea Oil Company. Later, Nathaniel Philip Rothschild took over this investment in January of 2010. This investment was a big part of the total value of Glencore, which is a company involved in mining and oil. Jacob Rothschild also bought a significant part of a company that mines aluminium, called United Company Rusal, RUSAL. During the 19th century, the Rothschild family controlled the Rio Tinto mining company. Do click on the next video on your screen to watch another astounding video like this one.